Hello book lovers and welcome to Book Talk Radio Club. My name is Claire Perkins and today I'm talking to Eugene Gagliano, Wyoming State Poet Laureate and prolific children's author. Eugene is a graduate of the Institute of Children's Literature, a member of Western Writers and the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. Eugene's most recently published novel is titled Snap. Let's find out more. Hi Eugene, first of all welcome and thank you for coming back on Book Talk Radio Club.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Would you like to give Book Talk Radio Club's listeners a brief synopsis of Snap?
Yes, and I think what I'll do is just take it right off the back of the book.
Okay.
It catches your attention. It says, strange how a single sound like a snap can change your life. When 14-year-old Jace befriends a lone boy, his dream vacation turns into a nightmare. Jace suspects Cody has a dark secret and seeks to help him. Somehow. When the secret turns into a fight for their lives, the boys must use all their instincts to survive. As the chase intensifies, they both worry what will happen next.
Sounds good. The main character is Jace, a 14-year-old boy. What kind of boy is he?
Well, Jace is a very caring young man. He's kind. He loves nature and the outdoors. He misses his dad. His dad passed away about 2 years ago.
Right.
And he's a confident young man. But his biggest fear is he's afraid of rats.
Well, I can't blame him there.
Yeah. He's a good kid.
And Cody, Jace's friend with the dark secret, how different in character is he from Jace?
Well, he's different. He misses his dad because he hasn't seen his dad since he was about 5 or 6. He's kind of insecure, and he's younger. He's a year younger than Jace. He's not real familiar with the outdoors, but and they're different physically. Jace is blonde, blue-eyed. Cody is dark-haired, dark-eyed, and shorter. That's the basic difference.
Where is the story based and why?
Well, it's based in Olympic National Park. I'm a very big supporter of the national parks. That's how I got out west. But the thing that's interesting is that my wife and I have traveled there several times. There's a place called Kalaloch, and there's miles of untouched oceanfront. It's on the Pacific coast, and of course it's in Washington. The state of Washington.
Right.
And it's quite wild and beautiful, and we were visiting there, and on the way driving there, actually, I got an idea for a story. And then when I got there, I thought, why not set it in Olympic National Park? Well, I wrote the story, and then I set it aside for actually about 3 years.
Okay.
And then we went back to Olympic National Park, and I was motivated to finish it, and then something just sort of clicked, and I knew what I had to do. I came back home and finished writing it.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, isn't it, how you can go somewhere and be inspired and come up with a whole novel.
Yeah, it's true.
Which age group is Snap aimed towards?
It's mainly for 4th to 8th graders.
Okay, so in the UK we have different grades, so what age group is that?
Okay, probably a really good 9-year-old reader to 15 or 16.
Right, okay. As a retired teacher, do you find that your characters are based on pupils you've taught, perhaps a particular pupil or an amalgam of all of them?
Well, it's a little bit of all of them. But this one is based on a young fellow named Jace. Okay. He was just a wonderful, outstanding student, very kind, caring, very much like the character in the book. I didn't change too much, really. It's just the last name.
Right. December last year, we talked about your novel, Wedge Affair. How has that been received?
It's been well received.
Good.
I was very happy with that. My publisher, of course, she entered it in a couple, for a couple of awards.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, we haven't heard back on those.
Right. Would you like to tell Book Talk Radio Clubs about Wedge Affair?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Would you like to tell Book Talk Radio Club's listeners about Wedge Affair? What's the story about?
Oh,
That's okay.
Again, read the back of the book. A storm is brewing. Will Tony have the inner courage to prove himself? Overshadowed by the death of his brother, Tony encounters the Western way of life when his parents move from the East Coast to Wyoming. Starting at a new school as a 6th grader isn't easy when your controlling mother is fearful of everything. Tony likes his new teacher, Mr. Brunswick, but the class bully does her best to make his life difficult. Jed, the son of a rancher, befriends Tony and helps him adjust to his new environment. Life becomes more complicated when the winds of change and unpredictable events lead his parents to question Tony's ability to take care of himself and be responsible. But the storm that rages inside him is nothing compared to the coming tempest.
Ooh.
And again, this story is based on, I moved from New York State years ago to Buffalo, Wyoming, and it was a great culture shock.
I bet.
And it's a good book. It just describes that, and what it's like to come into a new community. I was pleased with the book, and it's interesting. You put a lot of yourself into your characters, but not totally.
Mm.
But some of the fears that he grew up with went into the book, into the character.
Is it true a collection of children's poetry was published December 2017 and it encourages parents to interact in an enjoyable way with their children to help them understand the many misunderstandings of common expressions used in our daily language? Can you give me a couple of examples?
Well, that one was chosen. It was, first of all, it was selected as the 2018 best read for the state of Wyoming and represented the state of Wyoming at the National Book Festival in 2018 in Washington, D.C. And a lot of the poems have to do with the misunderstandings that kids have, like, I don't know. You talk about a half-brother or half-sister, and if you're talking to a fairly young kid, it gets kind of confusing. They're not really sure what that means.
Which half are they going to see?
Yeah. And the illustrator in the book did a great job with that, but I will read that to you here.
Sure.
Okay. The lights just went out in the library. There they go. Okay. It's called Which Half? Jacob's my half-brother. Makes me want to laugh. He never really said bottom or top half. Sarah's my half-sister. Makes me want to fight. She never really said the left side or the right. I guess it doesn't matter which half that they might be. If the halves will stay together, then it's okay with me.
Very good. So you're saying that what makes perfect sense to an adult sounds strange to a child. I can see that. And is it true helps children understand these sayings then?
Yeah. I'd like to share one more poem from here. This is one, it doesn't really have to do with a saying, but it's called Never Going to Learn to Dance. This has gone over really well. I've even read this at the Governor's Arts Awards banquet in Wyoming. I'm never going to learn to dance, that is, unless somehow by chance I get some rhythm, feel the beat, and get control of my big feet. I'm never going to find a girl, someone to swing around and twirl. So here I sit and tap my feet next to this girl who's shy and sweet. I'll dance with you, she said with glee. I found a girl to dance with me. Compared to her, my feet are smaller. The problem is she's 2 feet taller.
Love it. Love it.
And I think all middle school kids or anybody that's gone through that stage, recognize that.
Oh, you're in fact known by many as the teacher who dances on his desk. Where did that come from? I mean, did you in fact dance on the desk? Tell me more.
Well, it was one winter day. It was gloomy, and the kids were kind of, sulking. And I thought, we need something to perk this up. So I just jumped up on a desk and started to dance. And I started doing it every once in a while. It wasn't something I did every day. But then on my birthday, we had all of the first grade classes and the second grade classes come to my classroom, and they would always play the guitar and sing songs. And they insisted that I dance on the desk. So it became a tradition every year on my birthday, started dancing on the desk.
I love that. I love that. You give presentations at schools, libraries and festivals all over the USA. What are these presentations about?
Well, let me tell you one thing. They're very interactive. They're very informative. They're very entertaining. And they're inspirational. I talk about how you create characters that are real, how to show and not telling in the writing. We discuss how you can use your senses to get ideas. Mm. And then I give a little bit of an overview of my books, and basically done with a sense of humor.
Lovely, lovely. You've won a number of awards for your children's books and are receiving some lovely feedback, including Mr. Gagliano adds humour and whimsy to what teachers experience at school or in the classroom. As a fellow teacher, this book brings a smile to my face. This book is a wonderful addition to anyone's collection. So your books obviously appeal to adults and children alike.
Yes, and one of the things, you have to please the editor as well as the kids. And I have several, one's an English teacher, one has been a journalist, different people that read my work and give me feedback, and they've all really have enjoyed reading them. And they said, even though this is a kid's book, I can relate to it, and I really enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So yes, quite often these books appeal to the children and the adults.
What's next on the book front for you?
Well, as a Wyoming Poet Laureate, I am trying to get my new adult collection together, and I do have an editor from a publishing company who's decided she was going to look at it to get that off in the mail this coming week. I am working on a new middle grade historical fiction book. I've got about 3 chapters done on that. I'm working on a sequel to Is It True? And this book will be all totally common expressions that are used in our English language. And it, again, will be quite humorous. Those are the 3 biggies right now.
Right. And lastly, where can readers purchase your books?
Well, most of them are on Amazon, but particularly Crystal Publishing is where you will find the Wedge Affair and Snap. Is It True? Can be purchased either on Amazon or Crystal Reef Publishing.
Okay, that's lovely. All right, well, thank you, Eugene. Come back on Book Talk Radio Club when you publish your next book. I'd love to chat with you and hear more. In the meantime, good luck for the future, and thank you, everyone, for listening to Book Talk Radio Club. Thanks very much, Eugene.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Pleasure.